Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Yasmyn and Logan here. I've been wanting to film this video for you guys for a while now. Like, I feel like it's something important that I want to bring up and talk about to you guys on my channel because I just sometimes feel like I'm giving the wrong idea to young girls and just to my audience in general about what it's really like
in a relationship. Yeah,
being in a young relationship and choosing to have kids really young, rushing into starting adulthood really young. To some extent, I didn't really have a choice because I already had Laela, but I chose to make it harder than it had to be because I wanted to start my life early and I wanted to start a family early because I already had a baby and I just was sort of ready for that step. But it's been a long and hard journey that we're still on. So basically in this video I just wanted to talk to you guys with Logan about how this pregnancy has affected our relationship and changed us and changed our relationship, how we're getting I guess we'll just sort of start with a little bit of background on our relationship.
We met like 2 years ago.
Before I was even pregnant with Laela.
We got close about a year ago.
Once we met, we just started, like, we became friends when we met. We started hanging out. We started hanging out with a group of our friends all the time. I sort of watched him fall in love with Laela. And then things just happened. Then a couple months later we started dating. That was November of last year that we like officially started dating. At the time I was like really nervous to get into a relationship because I had just been in a relationship with Laela's dad and that obviously went terribly. It was really hard for me to trust someone again and to trust someone with my daughter, but I had a really strong feeling that Logan was the right person and I was willing to take that chance.
When Yasmyn and I started hanging out, honestly, I wasn't overwhelmed by the fact that she had a baby, just because I liked the baby more than I liked her.
Oh.
So, that's
he always says this.
But, I mean, it's only because it's true.
Oh my god.
I loved kids. I always worked in like daycares and stuff. So the fact that she had a kid didn't actually bother me. When I actually like sat down and thought about the fact that if I was with Yasmyn I would actually have a kid, I was shooken up a little bit. Like, I don't think anyone's just okay with being a dad at 17. No one's just gonna like step into it just to step into it. I felt as if this was definitely what I wanted. God put this situation into my life for a reason.
I was still living with my family, he was still living at home, we were still in school. So when we first started dating, it wasn't really like, he wasn't as seriously having to take on the role of being a dad yet, but we were still together all the time and he still took care of Laela and was with Laela all the time.
I would put her to bed every single night, to put that into perspective, even though we didn't live together.
But we just didn't have all of the same like adult responsibilities that we have now.
Yes, that's true.
And then January comes around. I lived with my aunt at the time and I find out that she's going to be moving. I didn't want to move away because I wanted to be near Logan because I'd fallen for him and he had become a dad to my daughter.
You needed to finish school.
I needed to finish school, first of all, yeah. It was already hard enough for me because I was, like, being a teen mom, you're sort of in this weird category where, like, you're not really a teenager, but you're not really, like, an adult parent yet, so it's kind of hard to like meet people and make friends, and I already had friends here and I already like was comfortable with this area, and I don't know, it just was the idea of moving at that point. Again, yeah, we'd already been moving around. Yeah, so the idea of moving at that point was sort of scary for me, and I really like it here. So at that point I had saved up enough money and was making a steady income. I knew that I would be capable of living on my own and renting my own place. So we started looking into renting this house together. We started looking at houses and it was really hard at first to find places because there's not a whole lot of options here compared to like bigger cities and other areas. There's not like really apartments that you can just lease here. So it's mainly like people that rent out their houses that they own to people. So we looked at a lot of different places and we were like really struggling to find a place.
Yeah.
And then we found this place and...
Yeah, one day Yasmyn just came to me.
Yeah.
And she was like, all right, Logan, we're living in this one.
Yeah, I like found it and I was like, this is going to be our place.
We ended up getting it.
Yeah.
So that was exciting.
Yeah, it was really exciting. On March 1st, we moved in. Our relationship was like... was great at this point.
Great.
It was really...
striving.
At this point, I had Laela. I was still in school. Logan was still in school. Logan was starting baseball season. We loved having our own place. We had all of our friends like help us move in and help us like do all this stuff. And we would have our friends over all the time and we like had all this freedom and it was really nice. I ended up having to finish school online because of my like childcare situation with Laela. I didn't have someone to watch Laela anymore when I moved out of my aunt's place. So I finished school online and my school was very accommodating to me, so shout out to Cape one more time. Pretty much shortly after we moved in together and it was going really well, we decided that we wanted to have another baby. We didn't think that it was going to happen as fast as it did, so we thought like we would have had a little bit more time, like I would have at least like finished school first. I guess I was really fertile and I got pregnant a lot faster than we thought I was going to. We were really, really excited, but it was sort of bad timing just because I started getting really sick and I still had school and he was still in baseball, so it was sort of rough at that point for a while. At this point, our relationship was really great, I think. And I mean, not that it was ever like not great, but there's been a lot of rough patches since then. After I got pregnant, after we sort of got through all the sickness, all the like real pregnancy like nesting stuff kind of hit me and I sort of wanted to isolate us. Not necessarily isolate us, but I wanted us to just be ready to just be a family at that point and not like see our friends as much anymore and just sort of like just be us and just our household. It was kind of hard to transition to that after having had all this freedom where we were like could just have people over all the time. And then also just in general, pregnancy hormones made me really moody and I would like, I don't know, snap for no reason and have mood swings all the time. And because of being so sick, I had like no energy and I was like weak and sick a lot of the times and Logan had to like do a lot for me because of that. We started telling everyone about me being pregnant. At first, everyone was really supportive and then at some point my family sort of was like questioning everything and I'm sure they thought that I like jumped into everything really quickly, which I did, and I don't want to give like girls the idea that they should like choose to get pregnant with someone that they have been dating for not very long. I really had strong feelings about Logan and I had already been through being with guys that don't care and I could see that he did and that his family did and I was ready to sort of settle. And some people might not agree with that and that's okay, but it's my life and it's what I chose and it's what I want. And Logan's an amazing dad for Laela and that's all that I was looking for and that's all that I wanted. And he's an amazing boyfriend to me and he takes care of me and her. At some point my family it sort of seemed to not really support our relationship and that's when things sort of started to get hard. I guess that was like the beginning of summer. My family was going through a lot at the time too, so I was seeing them a lot and they were around a lot. We were taking care of my sisters, which like definitely took a toll on our relationship too because that was like a lot for us to take on together. The fact that like my family didn't really support us, but he was like taking care of my sisters with me was just really upsetting. Coming to terms with like what was really happening took a lot from us, drained us a lot, and we constantly fought about it and still do constantly fight about it. So it's been really hard on Logan, which has been really hard on me, and I've just been trying to learn how to handle it. I just want them to be happy that I'm happy.
Another big reason as to why we were fighting was more how much I had, like not had to change, but had to change my perspective on some things. I would always hang out with my friends, especially because they were leaving for college, but I've always lived here. I've always been able to hang out with the same people like my whole life. Yasmyn really doesn't really understand that. So like my friends have always been there for me, but Yasmyn doesn't even realize that friends mean that much to me. I had to learn to just spend more time on responsibilities rather than just hanging out with people.
Sort of had to come to a point of adulthood where we are just a family and get used to being just a family. So when our baby comes, because it's how it's going to be when our baby comes, and we're not just going to get to have friends around all the time. Since everyone sort of left for college, it's been really different. We've just been together and it's been a lot easier, I think. It's been getting a lot easier, and we've been getting through the struggles with my family. It's just it's been a lot to take on the idea of we're gonna make things work no matter what. There's no you get in a fight and you get upset so you can just leave. It's we have kids that depend on us, and we're gonna get through whatever we have to get through no matter what. And we decided that we're planning on getting married at some point, but we sort of are already chosen to be together no matter what, as if we are.
Yeah, definitely been a hard pregnancy. Yasmyn, before she got pregnant, was real chill and easygoing and very, very open-minded. And now I've never seen a girl with such a closed mind. She's not open to anything. And I don't even mean just with stuff that I do, just literally even she'll get mad at herself for doing something else, and it's okay. But yeah, and her constant mental breakdowns over nothing.
It's just
she just
pregnancy.
Starts crying for no reason sometimes.
It's just pregnancy, okay? I can control it. It just happens. It's fine.
She's crying right now. Oh my god.
It's fine. Anyways, so
we just don't want to give anyone a false image of our relationship.
Yeah,
no relationship is that easy as we try to show it, but we're not trying to show it like that.
It's just we're not vlogging when we're fighting and when
you don't just let's
pull
up the
out
camera.
my camera when I'm having mental breakdowns, except for right now. But I love Logan, and Logan loves and Logan loves Laela. We needed this whole summer, this whole pregnancy, to kind of get
mold our life.
Yeah.
Not even relationship, but life. Just how we're gonna live the rest of our life.
Yeah, and transition from being, obviously I was already a mom, but being having just living with my aunt and not really having the same responsibilities as an adult mom to becoming a full-blown adult in a year. Yeah. Whereas people usually have 4 years of college to transition to that. And we've been doing it together and helping each other learn, and I am really, really happy with how far that we've come. And I think we're at a really good place now. So we were ready to talk about this with you guys. Obviously we still have a lot of
differences and things to work on.
Yeah, we still have differences.
And she still has the third trimester, which is usually the hardest point, most aggressive for a woman. So
so good luck.
We'll see. I'll see how this
see you on the other side.
I'll see how this couple months goes.
But
see if I'll be in the delivery room. No, I'm joking.
Parenting Laela has also gotten a lot more serious.
As a baby, you kind of just take care of them, but when they're toddlers and running around and doing things,
obviously she's getting more active and stuff.
She knows when to cry to get her way.
She's been having full blown thrashing on the floor tantrums.
Yeah.
So we're sort of learning to handle that together and how to handle it correctly. And we're just learning how to parent together, which can be hard because sometimes we have different opinions on what we should do, and we have to realize that not one person is right. I'm gonna go finish this mental breakdown off camera, and love you guys, bye.